Wow. MindLab version 2. Hey Sam, just want to look at all your faces for a moment and um, welcome you all to MindLab Take 2. Hopefully, what will become your favorite meditation community or a place you can come to and have a community in meditation. And really, I've been reflecting about this a lot and why do it and why commit to getting up at 5 in the morning twice a week for the next decade. And a lot of it was just selfish. Like I, I need community, and I want to have a community of people to meditate with, and because I know how valuable that is in my life, how valuable the previous iteration of MindLab was for me personally, just to connect with so many beautiful people and to have that support of a community that was interested in doing something that's really important to me and I know is beneficial in my life. And then feeling the gap that was created when that kind of fell away. And and so yeah, I think that's the first thing I want to do is thank you for being here and so that we can create, that kind of a community again. And so first part, selfish. I wanted community. Thank you for being part of it. Um, Today, I want to talk a little bit about the vision for MindLab and just make sure everybody's connected with some links a little bit. Megan, I'm hoping you can help with that, putting them in the chat. And then, of course, we'll meditate, and that's what we'll do. So, MindLab is a name stolen from a friend of mine. He used to call his group MindLab. I thought it was an awesome name. I stole it from him. His name's Will Duncan. We've been kind of bartering over. He's stolen some names from me. We've reached a settlement. Uh, he held on to meditation for drunks, rock stars, and the rest of us. I couldn't wrestle that one from him because he's actually writing a book using that title. Um, but MindLab to me, it's exactly that. It's like a crazy place that we can come to and use meditation as the lab to investigate the mind and the nature of mind, to know the mind, to train the mind, because that's so important. And we've talked a lot over the months, this idea of, or years, this idea of what what is my day? Like as I go through my day today, what is my day? And it's a collection of moments. And though that collection of moments of perception that occur throughout my day is what, at the end of the day, those collections are my day. It's nothing, my day is nothing more than the collective moments of constant of where my attention has been. And the same is true of my week and my month and my year and my life. And and that was a very revolutionary thought for me because I can train the mind. What I put my attention on is something that I have some degree of control over. And the mind lab is the place that I can go to work on to understand how to control this unruly mind The mind is harder to control than the wind. And so this is the training ground to be able to do that. And and I can't think of anything more powerful to do to change my life than to change the tool with which I'm perceiving the world, which moment by moment by moment makes up who I am and what my life is. And so to be able to kind of grab back some control over that process, it just seems like that idea was very revolutionary to me. And so part of what we'll do is continuing on this journey of developing single point of concentration. Like grabbing back the control of the reins, taking the steering wheel of our concentration in our life. Secondly, in in yogic culture, for sure, there's a connection, an intimate connection between the mind and the heart. And one of the profound benefits for me in meditation has been that connection. Karina and Benji, I think, just joined from a cab, having just landed in Kazakhstan. There we go. You made it in the country. Good job, Benji. Not one step ahead of the law again. There's this intimate connection between the mind and the heart. And one of the profound benefits in meditation is that connection. And so as we journey in this new variation or version of MindLab, we'll sidetrack a little more than we used to from the last version, and also do some heart-based or heart-centered compassionate practices. And so it'll be a little more varied. We won't be single pointed on single pointed as much as we have been in the past. So that's an important part of meditation, this idea that especially those high levels of concentration should bring us to naturally to this place of love, like a universal sense of love, a sense that of love that isn't dependent on an object, a love that is universal and that just feels like a natural part of the condition of being alive. And that's another thing that we can train and we can develop. Our capacity for everyone has capacity for compassion and love, but it doesn't just grow on its own. It's a thing we can train, and that's also meditation. So we'll foray into that in MindLab, more so than we have in the past. And then the third thing is meditation gives us a platform for insight practice, looking at the nature of reality. And that won't be the primary focus of MindLab, but I expect we'll dive into that realm as well. And then that's a very, in my mind, comprehensive trinity of meditation. Single point of concentration, understand the 9 stages, have some heart-based practices, and have some insight practices. And then that's that feels very complete to me. So hopefully we'll have that same community feel, place to ask questions, place to come together and practice, have that support for our practice, so that idea of my practice on my own is a single pencil, very easy to break. My practice in community is like 20 pencils. And then if you try and break 20 pencils, it's just not going to happen. And so us in community, with the strength of that, hopefully we can inspire each other and share resources. We started a WhatsApp group, and one of the links in that is for sharing resources and sharing podcasts and or meditation studies or insights or quotes or whatever. So the dream has come true, Anthony. We have a place that we can share some resources and communicate, and um, I'm looking forward to that. And to have some discussion and to have a way that we can continue offline to have discussions or questions or community sharing and connections with people like that. So you can link up to that resource. There's also a email group. I'm assuming all of this is in the chat. Just having a peek. Yes. A calendar. It's all going to be in there. Um, so there is an email list, and I'll occasionally send out kind of some longer form content and some reminders and some looking aheads and things like that. It will uh, it won't be a lot, but hopefully all of the pieces will come together and we can um, you know share resources, have community. That's the plan. And really want to thank Megan for helping me do all of that. There's a website coming. Thank you, Nicole, Megan. Thank you, Karina, for being there and advice. And Sarah couldn't stay up late enough, but wanted to thank her also um, for listening to me complain and to give me advice and to be somebody I can talk to about these things. So, um, yeah, thanks for helping, make this come together. Appreciate it. Mm, so then what to do on day one of the new Mind Lab? I've been thinking about that a lot also. Uh, so I didn't know who would show up. It's a familiar group. Um, so it's really great to see you. But I wanted to, like, I was thinking if somebody shows up just for one class, what would I want them to walk away with? I hope no one is here just for one class, but that question was on my mind. And um, I thought to just share what we would do is share one of the ideas that I found most fundamentally helpful for me, and then share a meditation that I found the most fundamentally helpful for me. And that's what we'll do today. So, if somebody just came for one class, what would I want them to take away with? And one of the things I think is shifting a paradigm of meditation as something that's really joyful. I think a lot of people's experience of meditation is it's frustrating. I would want somebody to know that there's a process and it's step by step and that we can all succeed. So I want people to know that there's a map, there's 9 stages that we can go through, and that's a big to understand that map is to understand how to progress through meditation. But that's a lot. That would be a lot to try to convey in one class. So what's the essence of that? Or what would be one tool or technique that we could have to make meditation fun and joyful? Or how can we use meditation to make our lives more fun and joyful? Or to move away from this I'm bad at it, which is probably true for a lot of people. Uh, it's hard, but it doesn't help to think like that. Like step one is to make it is hard to be a constant rejoicing. Like I was thinking about like my brother's girls are now, I don't know, they're like 7 or something, but I used to go see them and they love artwork and they just scribble absolute garbage as art. And they would just be so happy. The colors don't make any sense. I can't tell what anything is. I'm like, what is it? And they're like, it's a bird in a tree. And it's like, what? But they're presenting it and they're so happy and they're so proud of it. And then as a parent, you go put it on the fridge, and my kid made this bird in a tree, and it's so amazing. And no one mocks a little kid for making garbage art. No kid feels bad about their artistic creation. They've made this beautiful thing, and what they see in it is like this wonderful thing. And then it goes up on the fridge. And we should be like that with our meditation. Like we sit down and we try to control a very unruly mind, and it's a masterpiece that we try to do that, and we should put that in the up on the fridge. Like, no matter how scribbly the meditation session was, it was like, that's amazing. I'm putting it on the fridge. And so the microcosm of that is we try to put our mind on an object and we're going to lose it. And so the best thing we can do to is to celebrate finding it again. So every time that we wake up to having lost the object, we should celebrate it like a little crappy piece of kid art and put it on the fridge. And that's the process of the 6 R's. So I wanted to revisit that, and then I promise we'll meditate. My God. We have 45 minutes classes, FYI. First step, recognize we're off the object. We can't actually practice. We can't mandate that. It happens spontaneously. It's a subconscious aspect of the mind that we woke up. So we can't force ourselves to do it. We can't demand that the mind wake up from being in the dream. So we have to appreciate it. We have to put the piece of art on the fridge. Every time a scribble or a beautiful piece of art is presented, it goes up on the fridge. And that's that process of waking up to the fact that we're not meditating on the object. Or even as we progress, that we're not exclusive on the object. I think it's kind of that same thing, like building in these little reward systems, which could be quite extreme. Like, oh my God, that's amazing. I woke up. I've been daydreaming for 5 solid minutes. I was so immersed in my mind about reviewing the Knicks run to the finals. And that was so much fun to review it in my mind. But now I've woken up. That's amazing. I'm awake. It's great. And to notice the qualities of waking up. Like, what does it feel like to be present in the present? And if we've been off the object for a while, we can really emphasize that. If we're just trying to become more exclusive on the object and the mind is tending off a little bit, then it's just maybe trying to pick up the energy a little bit or straighten up a little bit, smile a little bit, appreciate it, and then let it go. Second step, release. Some objects are sticky. I really want to continue reliving the moments of the Knicks run to the playoffs. I want to relive game 4 a little bit longer. It's kind of fun. Uh, it can be that the object can be it's like, oh, it can be work. Like I have to go back to work. So we have to make the object more exciting than the distraction, and really let go of the distraction. And then immediately, for me, especially on the lower levels, immediately check back in. Did I just go straight back to whatever the discursive thought was. So we are firm in recognizing it and releasing it. Third, relax. And I think it's like, instead of relax, I think of it as like recognizing tension, like recognizing, was there a release of tension with coming back to the object? And therefore training our mind to notice, as we meditate, are we just kind of building up tension in the mind and in the body? And that's going to prevent us from deeper states of meditation. So recognizing we're off the object, letting go of the object, relaxing, and then rejoicing, which could be a slight postural adjustment. It could be I don't know, like amping up the electric energy of the meditation a little bit. Um, Mental pat on the back, anything like that. Recognize we're off the object. Release that distraction. Relax, rejoice, return to the object. Clearly turn to the object and create the intention to keep the mind on that object. Repeat as needed. Okay, so those are the 6 R's. It's a beautiful process of meditation. It's also a beautiful process out of meditation. And we should have both. We should have a formal meditation practice that we do on the cushion, and then we should have one that we do off the cushion. And that's what I was hoping we would do today. Oh my God, we have to start meditating. Let's do it. Take a stretch. We're gonna we're gonna harvest joy as our meditation today. So that's the meditation I thought that had changed my life the most, more than anything. So on day one of MindLab version 2, I thought we would do that. Step 1, relax. Step 2, within that state of relaxation, be vibrant. Like, set that intention to be vibrant. Step 3, put something glimmery and beautiful in your heart, something that uplifts the experience, a memory, an image, a thought, an idea, a motivation. Use that to invoke a feeling and hold on to the feeling, drop the story. And then we'll come to the sensation of breath at the tip of the nose. somewhere around the upper lip or tip of the nose. And then keeping the mind there, we'll count 12 breath cycles. Exhale, inhale is one. And we'll ground the experience with the counting, holding on to that object. Now, I want you to think of something uh, that's happened recently that gives you a sense of joy or a sense of happiness. Mm. One of the things for me was a picture I found of my grandma and her sister walking together. And it's just like the sweetest picture. So think of the picture, elicit the feeling, and then hold on to the feeling. And use that as the object of concentration. That's the object that we're focusing on, is that feeling of joy or upliftment or happiness, sense of well-being, love. And when that feeling fades, go back to the story or the image or the song lyric or anything. Recreate the feeling, let go of the story, and use that feeling as the object of the meditation. That feeling starts to fade, and then conjure up another image or story or something that brings you joy. Feel the feel, let go of the story. Keep the mind in that feeling, present in the present, immersed in that feeling. Take a quick moment to check in if there's tension that's building up. Maybe purposefully, physically, intentfully relax a little bit. Go back to finding something awesome. See if you can uh, feel that joy or bliss or happiness or sense of peace or well being, and then dwell in that without the story as the meditation object, keeping you grounded here now. And can take a moment to reflect or dedicate or rejoice. And as you can or want to come out of the meditation, please do. Um, what I would love to do is, suggest that we take that into the day and make that the all day practice of this idea of, can we constantly, you know, take the meditation to the street and uh, notice those moments throughout the day, like those glimmers that we can find through the day that make our hearts smile. And I use that as a meditation object all day long, because it's that training of the mind to move away from the stress and the anxiety or the flight or fight, freeze, hide mode into noticing the things that connect us, that make us feel connected and loved and present in the present and filled with joy. And I'd love for us to be able to you know sh- talk about those things and share those things that we do off the cushion as well, and to take it to the streets. And so one of the things that I found today, gosh, I hope I can share it. Let's see. Give me a brief moment. Oh, I can. Great. This was something I used to do. I used to be a youth worker back in the day, and I worked with kids, and we would I do all sorts of programming with different kids, teenagers, mostly kids that had gotten in trouble with the law. But one of the activities we would do was we would make a happiness calendar. And I don't know about your calendar. I open my calendar and it just causes me anxiety. It's filled with meetings, and it's filled with like busyness. Like I just look at it and it's like, oh my God, I have all of these things to do today. And it's not joyful. My calendar is not a it's not a joyful experience. And I look at it constantly. Um, but with this idea of like, can we go through the day and notice the glimmers in our world and harvest the joy of all the beauty that surrounds us constantly, and to train our mind away from the problems and the things that cause us anxiety to the things that make us fulfilled and life-giving, like training the mind to move away from things that feel like they're taking from our life instead of, and moving towards things that feel very life-giving. Whether that's just the constant ruminations and complaints that we're stuck in and we've habituated the mind to thinking about, to being more joyful. So happiness calendar, I didn't look at this example. I just pulled it from a file I had, but it's like planning my happiness for the month. And on Tuesday, the 9th, I'm going to watch a movie. And on the 13th, I'm going to spend some time in nature. And on the 23rd, I'm going to find a recipe that I want to cook, and I'm going to cook from the recipe. And I've done this before and it's been so much fun. And so I'm committing to, when I get back home with Sarah, to make our happiness calendar and to plan a month of um, things that are joyful and things that will be fun. And now I can have a calendar that's just not prone to give me anxiety, or just, it's not life giving, it's functional. Like my calendar keeps me on track. It's super important. But um, so if you want to create a happiness calendar, uh, there's no rules. You can be as naughty or nice as you would like to be in your happiness calendar. And, um, you know, I would love us to be able to share things like that. So we'll talk about it again on Thursday. And thanks, Becky. MindLab is my happiness calendar. Thank you for being here. That's it. That's what I wanted to share. We're up at the end of class. You know the routine. If you got to go, please do. Thank you so much for being at day one, Mind Lab 2. Pretty epic moment for me out here doing the thing. And thank you again for being part of the community. It's really, really great to see some people that I have missed since our last chance to meditate together. Um, and if you want to hang out, let's do that for a couple minutes. And if you want to check in or share anything, yeah, I'd love to hear. If not, we'll be back doing this again Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, 9 on the East Coast. So good to see you.
Thank you, Earl.
Yeah,
I have one thought that came up that I thought might be worth sharing.
awesome.
That I always kind of struggled with the rejoicing meditation, and I knew that, it's not necessarily to remain focused on the memory and to find that feeling and make that the object. But today, yeah, I kind of just like stuck with that. What is that feeling as I found these different memories? And and the story that came up as I was searching for that feeling in these beautiful memories was you are exactly where you're supposed to be.
Mm,
Like I had every time I was, with my daughter or helping someone share their art, or that feeling of joy was really like, oh, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Um, and then in staying in that, it was like a profound sense of embodied presence. Um, so thank you.
yeah, awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And I kind of get that sense of when I've been thinking about this today, like how it all ties in like that, of like recognizing that beauty and using that as an object, and then training the mind and the capacity to tune into that more often and more often and more often. uh anyway, so good to see you again, Katie. Great to see you again. All three of you, we got all of you.
Mhm.
We're back.
Yeah,
Not everyone's back.
good. Let's get the whole family together.
Going to get the cat.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on, big boy. Huh?
Cool. Anyone else want to share before we sign off for the day?
I had a quick story to share.
Yay. Oh, there we go. The whole family.
Ah, yay. I was walking here and I was walking fast on this trail so I could get to Wi-Fi and be here. And there was, well, my mom stopped because she felt a blister forming, but she happened to stop on this rock that said meditation garden. And I walk up the stairs next to the meditation garden. And there's just a man, Jose, waiting. I said, "Do you want to meditate with me for 5 minutes?" And then he guided a meditation that was truly so specific and very aligned with what we just did just now.
Mm.
And looking over the ocean, and I don't know what there is more to say about that, but it was so perfect. And I wanted you all to know that and to take the chance when mom says, let's sit down, listen to mom. And when there's a meditation garden, go to the garden. And so many people walked by it. And I was here on time. So, anyway, wanted to share that. And I love you all so, so, so much. Happy to be here.
Go to the garden, yeah. A little meditation garden gnome. That's my life ambition. I found this guy at the market the other day. I was like, that's who I want to be. I want to be the little meditation garden gnome that Maya just described.
I love it. Yeah, he created it for everyone passing by, and I think he just waits to meditate with folks as they pass. Mm. That's what you're doing here. It's just a virtual garden.
Awesome. All right, friends. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, Megan and Nicole, thank you so much for helping out, Karina. See you Thursday.
Thank you, Earl. Bye. Bye, everyone.